congratulations again to everyone. Thank all of you for coming, and especially those of you that have gone to school. I think at some point today, if you have been to school, or if you have not, I'd like to invite you to take a tour of the school. This is definitely the best looking 100-year-old facility that I, or perhaps you the dream you ever see. It's in terrific shape, and it's in keeping with what we're trying to do with the schools in this city. We need better and better and better, and we hope that the condition of buildings and the way they look obviously will also then mean what goes on inside that building, the structure inside that building will be of the caliber that the parents and other invited people obviously interested observers of education and Brockton wish. To the teachers that are here today, thank you for coming. Certainly to the parents that are here, thank you for coming. To the children, and this is another typical example of perhaps, and I mean this in all sincerity, another example of perhaps the best music program in the state, and perhaps more than that. I hope you realize that we really have something going quite well. Music is one of the things that's easy to show off, and we do show it off. And these children behind me are another example of that. I thank you all for coming. I thank you, Jim, for inviting me, and I hope that you have a great afternoon and enjoy the day. You've got a perfect day, and probably the sun always shines in the place of school.
Mr. Beige, I'd like to thank you very much. And it's really a team concept that we work with in the school department, and with Mr. Beige's leadership and the team of professionals that we have working from central office and from City Hall, we've been able to make the Franklin School see its next century in such wonderful shape. And so we thank you for your leadership, and we thank Mayor Units for his leadership also, because this is a wonderful neighborhood to be in, and it's on the change. It's changing day by day. Speaking of a wonderful chorus, Mrs. Leet has 2 numbers that she'd like to share with you now. So a short musical interlude would show off their wonderful talents.
Free to be, free for me, free to take the opportunity.
our chorus is one of the best. Let's give them another round of applause. At this point in time, Donna Daly has come, our representative from the City Council, to share some words with us.
That was awesome. You guys are incredible.
Ask Donna to sing.
I was just told the mic could hum, so we're all set. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for inviting me here this morning on this very, very special occasion. Franklin School has always been an anchor for the Brockton school system. From its start as a 4-room school, to its days as a trade high school, to its current elementary status. It's been the heart of our village section, protecting and nurturing our young. Education is one thing that can never be taken away. Knowledge is power, and a man's greatest might lies in his thoughts. As a parent, we want nothing but the best for our children. Our education system, but more importantly, our educators hold the fertile young minds that we send to them. And they give knowledge. More than the 3 R's, they instill, unbeknownst to their students, those values of trust, manners, compassion, patience, and much, much more. S. Franklin Packard was an educator in the city of Brockton. Recently, we're opening 2 new schools, also dedicated to educators. I guess that gives us about 100 years seniority on those 2 schools. Both of these men, all 3 of these men, were tremendous in their field. Teachers really get the accolades that they deserve, and even more rare is the teacher that's looking for it. But teachers light up when one of their students, past or present, accomplishes a goal. 100 years is an incredible statement. And I hope the rest of our school system can boast of the accomplishments of this pearl of the village section, the Franklin School. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Nolan is here as our school committee representative, and he's also here representing Senator Creedon, so he has 2 hats to wear today, and we appreciate his help today. He was also here early this morning to help set up. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hayden. On behalf of my colleagues on the school committee, I'd like to pass on the best wishes for Franklin in their 100th anniversary. There's not too much that can be said. Mr. Hayden, Councilor Daly, Mayor Units have gone over the history of the village, that this is a neighborhood school. It's a rarity in this day of education where we want magnet schools, large schools, sprawling schools to take care of a large number of children, that you find a unique place like this. This is the history of the village. It's true. What has come out of here is the neighborhood. And children today that are here can take that value with them no matter where they go. It's my privilege to serve this school in this Ward 6. And it's been a joy for the last 10 months to help facilitate and work with Mr. Hayden and the staff, to see the long hours that are put in here to help the children, to watch the PTA work in endeavors to fundraising. This is truly a school that is a home, not just a building, but a place where the children feel that they are growing and maturing and being educated with love and care. Now, I'd like, on behalf of Senator Creedon, whose schedule prohibited him from being here today, I'd like to read a resolve from the Senate. Commonwealth of Massachusetts in the year 1998 resolves congratulations to Franklin School of Brockton on the occasion of its 100th anniversary. Whereas the Franklin School, located in the Lithuanian section of Brockton, was built as a 4-room house in 1898, and whereas the Franklin School was named in honor of S. Franklin Packard, who was a member of the Brockton School Committee for 20 years, and whereas since 1898, the Franklin School has had 2 additions, one in 1913 and another in 1922, And whereas in 1930, a fire severely damaged the Franklin School and the students attended the Howard during the renovation. And whereas preschool classes began at the Franklin School in 1934. And whereas in 1947, the Franklin School became the new quarters of the Brockton Trade School, keeping only 4 rooms for elementary school children. And whereas the class of 1967 was the last class to graduate from the Brockton Trade School, and therefore, thereafter, area trade school students attended the new Southeast Regional High School in Southeastern. And whereas major renovations were made to the school in 1967 and 1968, creating 15 elementary classrooms. And whereas in 1998, the Franklin School added all-day kindergarten and an extended day care program to better meet the needs of the citizens of Brockton. And whereas a celebration of the 100th anniversary of the Franklin School will take place on October 24th, 1998. Now, therefore, to be it resolved that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its heartiest congratulations to the Franklin School of Brockton on the occasion of its 100th anniversary, and be it further resolved that a copy of these resolutions be transmitted forthwith by the clerk of the Senate to the Franklin School of Brockton. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nolan, and thank you for all of your efforts, not only today, but throughout the years that we've known one another. Next, Representative Canavan is here from the state legislature, and she would like to have a few words with us. Thank you very much.
Happy birthday. You know, when I was watching the children sing, I couldn't help but, for that little bit of tears, and wish that my own children could be that age again. Like an album maybe, but not yeah, but that age where they're just so full of possibilities and so many different questions and answers. And you think back to all the things that have happened in the course of 100 years, and what the Franklin School, a student from day one, would have seen as compared to now. Who knows, we might have our first Brockton female mayor, might be among this crew. Yeah. Right? I would hope that I'm around to vote for her. We could have the future physician or scientist who could discover the cure for cancer sitting right here. That'd be wonderful. We could have an opera singer here. I have some really good voices in this crew. We could have a movie star, make Brockton famous, and we could have an Olympic athlete to add to our City of Champions roster. You never know. A lot of wonderful little faces here that has some great possibilities. And one thing that I always found when I was on the school committee in Brockton, that where some students from Ward 5 would attend Franklin School, and I would come often to what were very friendly and very well organized parent-teacher meetings in the cafeteria. I guess you never call it cafetorium here or not. Only in the new schools, I guess. And what I always thought was so wonderful was that a school of this size had such an active parents group. And it's the active parents groups that make a school continue to thrive, to stay good, and to improve. And that's, I think, the active parents group through all the years, the students and the dedicated staff, that we all wish the happy birthday. You could say happy anniversary, but it really is a birthday. And I hope that you will all speak well of your school, especially when you step outside the boundaries of the city of Brockton. You will say very proudly, I live in Brockton and I go to Franklin School. And you'll be sure to do that, won't you? Oh, didn't they sound so enthusiastic? I am not going to read it. I do have here a citation from the House of Representatives. It's duly signed by the Speaker of the House, Thomas Finner, and myself, State Representative Christine Canavan, honoring the school on its 100th anniversary and its birthday. And I hope that the school is still here in 100 years, not replaced by a new, more modern facility, but this school is still here with the same dedicated faith, walking in the hallways of this school that will make us all come back. Well, not me, but maybe one of the children here might come back with a story to tell about what actually, when you think of what could happen in 100 years. Do you think there could be like on Star Trek, you know,
Oh, jeez.
what's that doctor? Holographic teachers? Holographic students. I bet you'd like to have your holographic students. Well, thank you very much and happy birthday.
Thank you very much for your thoughts in the future. Little holograph. I'd also like to recognize Joe O'Sullivan, who's here from the BEA. I'd like to thank him very much for being here. At this time, we just have a short musical number to play. We have two musicians that have come a long way, all the way from upstairs. Why don't you move down towards your music? And Paul McCarthy and Kelly Walsh are going to play a hymn of thanksgiving. And I'm going to experiment with the microphone.
Number 10, Hymn of Thanksgiving, band arrangement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, ready, play. Paul will now play for us a snappy melody called the Turkish March. Turkish March from the ruins of Athens.
Music through adversity is still beautiful, and when the pages move, the show still goes on. And really, this is a sample of our band. When I approached Mr. Wall earlier, he said, "Why can't you have the 100th in May?" Because these folks here, they're first and second year students, and they're doing a marvelous job. But you're all welcome to come back in May when this whole area is filled with musicians, and it's a mini Tanglewood. You may bring your blankets and picnics. It's a wonderful time. The neighborhood turns out and we have a nice afternoon. And last year it was sunny. To wind up the day, I'd just like to recognize our PTA officers, Patty Belchunas, who is really our heart and soul of this organization. over there with a walkie-talkie. Come on, wave for those people that don't know you. Really like to thank her because, as it was said before, a PTA is really a welcoming arm of the school to help the parents put you to work. The rest of the day, we're going to have people around with name tags, and we'd really like you, if you would, and you're going to be here for a while, to put a name tag on, because this day is about reacquainting one another, about bringing the neighborhood out, about saying hello, and you'll be reacquainted with old friendships. You'll also be making some new friendships. We have some food for you out on the yard. There are hot dogs and hamburgers and soda for sale out there. If you'd like to have a tour of the school, either through door number 1 or door number 2, it's kind of like Jeopardy. And inside, we'd love to have you walk around. We'll have 5th graders leading the tours, and we have 2 special things about today. In the gym, through courtesy of Bobby Kane and Jerry Shea, they have lent me a picture collection of old Brockton. And the whole length of the gym is filled with Brockton Fair pictures. It's filled with what Brockton looked like in the early 1900s. You'll see a shot there of the flood in 1886, and there's all sorts of interesting memorabilia for you to walk around and look at and reminisce and hear about. And the other thing that we're doing today is we would like to share your memories and record these memories. So there'll be 6th graders around with little badges on that will say that they're reporters. They'd like to talk with you, they'd like to interview you, they'd like to hear your stories. And Mr. Nolan came up with an idea for a memory wall, which we have followed up on. And you'll see some large yellow paper on the tables out here, where we would like to have you write down a little bit about yourself. And if you'd like to have your picture taken, Miss McGilvery, our photographer extraordinaire over there by the doorway, will be taking pictures. And we're going to laminate these and use these as a living history in the classrooms and also to hang them up. So when you're trying to motivate boys and girls and sons and daughters like you folks were doing today and saying, I'd like you to become something special, here are what some of our residents have done in this neighborhood. So it'll be a visual living history for you to see. So we really welcome everyone. We thank you very much for coming. Thank goodness we had a sunny day. Thank you.
Radcart and I'll be a tour guide. I'm a fifth grader from Franklin School and I'll be a tour guide for the next 5 minutes. This is Mrs. Sullivan Drummond and she's in the kindergarten. She's in the kindergarten.
Okay. She's not.
This is the second grade Mrs. Noguera's room. As you can see, they're getting ready for to celebrate Halloween. This is our letters mailbox, so we can send letters to different students in the school. This is the hallway leading through the first kindergarten and second grade. You're now on the second floor with the second and fifth grades. Whose classroom is this? This is McGopher. This is Miss McGopher's class and she teaches second grade. Right here is when the second graders would be 100 years old and what they would do. This is Mrs. Smith's and she's in second grade and she's also getting ready for Halloween. Over here are the letters that we wrote as the fifth graders to our grandchildren. We're 100 years old. This is one of the letters. It says, if you go to school, you will be a very smart adult and become a very smart adult. When you go to school, you should do everything the teacher tells you to do and make sure you do a lot of your work right unless you make a mistake, but be sure to learn from your mistake. If you do not understand something, you can ask the teacher for help. And the teachers should be nice except for when you talk a lot. The only time you should talk is when you're asked to. Okay. This is my class right here. Yeah. This is Mrs. King's room and she's in fifth grade and we're learning a lot about the different things around the world. This is Mr. Moore's room and he's also in fifth grade. He's doing a lot of different things from us, like reading projects. And this corridor leads down to the sixth grade. Follow me. This is Mrs. Corbin's room, and she teaches the 6th grade. They study different things about the Earth and planets.
Over here?
This is Mrs. LeBlanc's room, and she also teaches 6th grade. And they're studying about Egypt and different pyramids. This is our library and computer lab on our next right.
Uh-oh. Oh, we're on camera now. We're in trouble. Yeah, get out of here, huh?
What are you doing?
They're trying to make a break for it. That's what they're doing.
No comment?
This is our computer lab and library.
Yeah, I'm going to move the mouse so I get that picture back on the screen. Wow. I don't know, you scared everyone away.
This is Mr. Duffy's room, and he teaches grade 4 in the basement. Because the light's not on, but I can turn it on.
When I'm 100 years old, I will be in a nursing home and I will be taking medicine. And I'll be old, I'll be crinkly and sickly when I'm 100 years old. I will have gray hair and I will need glasses when I'm 100 years old.
This is the Franklin School cafeteria, where they serve hot lunches, and they arrange the different classrooms with different tables. This is one of the last classrooms that I'll show you. It's Mrs. Laughlin's neighborhood resource room.
What goes on in here?
Like different kids come down to like do different things with them.
Work on projects?
Yeah, things like that.
Okay, is there anything else that we need to see today, or is this the end of the tour?
This is the end of the tour. Thank you for joining me.
Bob Kaminsky, asking him about his years at Franklin School. Hello, Mr. Kaminsky.
Hello, and how are you?
Good.
Well, my years at Franklin School were full of fun because life was simple in those days. And I lived right down the street, and which made it easy to get to school. We didn't have to worry about buses or snowstorms or rain. You made it to school, you put on your galoshes, you walked up the street, you came to school. We had 2 recesses, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and we went home for lunch. We didn't brown bag it like you kids do now. We went home for lunch, and I think we left at 12 o'clock, and we had to be back by 1. And the afternoon session was from 1 to 3. And then we couldn't wait for the day to end to get out of school. But it was a lot of fun. And I look around and I see how everything has changed. And, you know, it's hard to picture that these rooms had desks and chairs all up and down rows. And the blackboards were in the front and the teacher's desk was up here. And another thing that we like to do is clap the erasers. And you know, everybody would want to do that. And then from here, you know, everybody went their separate ways. Some went to Howard School, some went to other schools, but it's good to be back. And this is the first time since 1939 that I've been in this building. And when I got married, I lived right across the street, but I never came over here. But it's a pleasure to be back.
How old are you?
Should I tell, or shall I fib? 69.
Well, what is your best memory about the school?
The holidays, because we would sing Christmas carols, and there was no restrictions about, you know, what you could sing, what you couldn't sing. Whatever Christmas carol you opened the book to, that's the one you sang. And then the Christmas vacation where you had the week off.
Yeah, it's my favorite time of the year too.
Good, good.
And what advice would you give the students attending Franklin School about making a difference in the world?
Well, follow your dreams.
That's good advice.
Thank you.
And thank you for the interview, Mr. Kaminsky.
All right, it's been a pleasure.
Have a nice day.
Yes, you too.
Hi, Lindsay. I'm Nicole Christopher. How old you are?
I am 16 years old.
What's your occupation?
I'm a student at Coyle and Cassidy High School in Taunton.
When did you attend Franklin School?
From 1986 to 1992.
What is your best memory of our school?
Probably the teachers, because I've made lasting friendships because my mother worked here also. And I really like the teachers, and our field trip to New York in 6th grade and the dances and the staff here was wonderful.
What do you think of our school now?
It hasn't changed much, but it seems a little different. There's more teachers now and more technology offered to the students here.
What advice would you give to the students attending Franklin School about making a difference in the world?
I would tell the students to keep up the work and make sure that they keep their grades up so they get into a good high school, and to always follow their dreams.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With Maria Sotomayor?
Yes.
And interviewing her about her years at Franklin School. Maria, how old are you?
28, just turned 28.
What's your occupation?
I'm a consumer reporter for like the funds, mutual funds.
When did you attend Franklin School?
I moved here in 80, I want to say 83. So I was here for about a couple of years.
So, what years were you?
83, 84, and 85, 87.
What is your best memory of our school?
Mr. Moore. Mr. Moore's class.
He's still here.
Yes.
What do you think of our school now?
It has changed a little, but I remember a lot. It's great.
What advice would you give the students attending Franklin School about making a difference in the world?
To pay attention, do their homework, and not to fall into peer pressure a lot.
Okay, thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too.
What is your name?
Lauren Riley.
Your occupation?
I'm a student at Cardinal Spellman High School. I'm a senior.
When did you attend Franklin School?
I left in 1992.
What is your best memory of our school?
My favorite teacher in 4th grade was Mrs. Paul, and I left her. And I remember our 6th grade field trip to New York City. That was quite a trip.
What do you think of our school now?
It's different. I can't believe how small it is. It's so much different than when I came here, and I think it looks great. I really do.
What advice would you give to the students attending Franklin School about making a difference in the world?
I would say stick with it, and I would say strive for personal excellence and follow your dreams.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, I'm here with Marjorie Antonelli, interviewing her about her years at Franklin School. How old are you, Marjorie?
I'm 69 years old.
When did you attend Franklin School?
Well, the way I figure it, it was 1934. I started kindergarten, and then I went to grades 1 through 6 here, too. And I can remember all of my teachers' names.
What is your best memory of the school?
The very best memory was a lovely, lovely teacher that I had in the first grade. Her name was Miss Clark, and she gave me a lot of confidence because I was very quiet and shy, and she let me be a helper and all those great things.
What do you think of the school now?
I think it's fabulous, and one reason is because my granddaughter teaches here. Her name is Jennifer Rich, and she teaches 4th grade.
Oh, my sister's in her class. What
Did
advice?
she say she's awesome, or did she say she's strict?
Awesome.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Laurie, and I'm here with
Muriel Vilk.
your occupation is
I'm a cashier for CVS.
what did you think of Franklin School?
I think it looks great, and I think the principal has a nice personality. I was impressed by him.
What year did you attend it?
I attended in 1942. I went here for 6 years.
What's your best memory?
Miss Hathaway. I think she was my first grade teacher, if I'm correct, and she was wonderful.
What do you think of our school now?
I think it really looks great, and I've seen all good things and good reports in the paper about it.
What advice would you give to the students attending Franklin School about making a difference in the world?
Get as much schooling as you can. School, 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 the best days of your life.
Thank you. Fern, I'm here with
Rhoda Inglis.
what's your occupation?
I'm a housekeeper at Blue Hills Alzheimer's Care Center in Stoughton.
When did you attend Franklin School?
1940.
What was your best memory of our school?
Well, I remember Miss Tidd. She taught all my aunts and uncles too. A lot of memories of her.
What do you think of our school now?
Well, it looks like the original Franklin School. Kind of looks like it did when I went to school here.
What advice would you give the students attending Franklin School about making a difference in the world?
Learn all you can. Go to school and learn all you can.
Thank you.
Thank you. You did good, Rhoda.
I'm here with Satathis Young to interview him about his years at Franklin School. How old are you, Satathis?
17 years old.
And do you have an occupation?
No.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're supposed to answer it like that.
No, I don't have an occupation.
All right. When did you attend Franklin School?
I came here when I was in 3rd grade.
What year?
It's a long time ago. Do you know?
Do the math.
90? No, 80, 90. 89, 90.
When did you get out of 6th grade?
6th grade, yes.
What year is that? 93.
93.
What is your best memory of the school?
I like the 6th grade field trips, track and field.
What do you think of the school now?
It looks clean. It looks fun, better than high school.
What advice would you give to the students attending Franklin School about making a difference in the world?
Just stay in school and do the best you can. And whatever you do, change the world.
Okay. Thank you for the interview, Satathis. Have a nice day.
What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior?
I'm here with Beth Garfield to ask her about her years at Franklin School. Beth, how old are you?
I'm 14 years old.
What's your occupation?
Student.
When did you attend Franklin School?
Oh God, it was grades 1 through 6, and I think it was around 1992. I think hold on. Yeah, like 1995.
What is your best memory of the school?
My best memory of the school was probably when we had chorus. When we had the chorus concert.
What do you think of the school now?
It's in a lot better shape than it used to be now.
What advice would you give to the students attending Franklin School about making a difference in the world?
That they do the best they can in school. Try to get the best grades they can get.
Thank you for the interview, Beth. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for being here to celebrate Franklin School's 100th birthday. And I'd like to say goodbye, but before I do, I'd like to introduce you to Franklin, the school mascot. Well, anyway, goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. From the Franklin School, this is John Harrington.